I usually have Katie here to do that. She's my brain. She does a good job. Well, like every week, this is the fourth week of the wellness class, and we're going to start by grounding. So say hello to your body, give it a wiggle, and sit back in your chair. Find the very base of your spine. And make an energy connection all the way down to the center of the earth. And breathe. And let that grounding, that energetic connection expand so it's as big around as your hips. And you can use a giant redwood tree, a monkey tail, a hollow pipe, whatever works for you. Securing it. And then take about 3 deep breaths. That lets your body know you're turning your attention off of the world and going inward, inside yourself. And if you haven't had a minute to stop today, just let yourself relax. Give that body a hello and kind of check in. See how it's doing. Give the spirit part of you a hello. And then find that space right behind your eyes, between your ears, the center of your head. And just allow your attention to be there. Just notice how the body's already getting a little calmer. You as the spirit come closer into the body. Letting that body relax. And letting you as the spirit come out to play. Do a little work tonight on yourself. And just put a little attention on the body. And as you say hello to it, raise the vibration just a little bit. And just notice with your awareness in that space, any place you have any pain or discomfort. Just sending it a hello. We know if we resist it, it tends to hang around. But many times you can ease into it and there will be a relaxing in the body. And just like we did last week, I'd like you to start to get curious. There is no right or wrong in what we discover. Just notice this little discomfort in the body. Is it emotional pain? Is it physical pain? Is it mental pain? And just being present with it. Breathing and just giving it a little awareness. Notice how the body starts to respond, especially when you give it a little validation, a little communication. Pain is just amazing in that it will exactly pinpoint where the energy or the concept, the picture is. So you can literally go there and start to open that space that's in your sinus or a knee or an ear, just opening and sending a gentleness into that space. You know, we're kind of a funny society where I take a pill to get rid of something instead of, in a way, getting quiet and saying hello to what is the disharmony in that part of the body. Being in communication with it rather than just taking a pill to get rid of it. And hey, we've all been there, both sides. So tonight, let's just play a little bit more with seeing what that pain is there to teach you. Bringing a little harmony to that part of the body. And we're going to look at it in several different ways. We can start with the physical body, sending that pain a hello. And you might soften around it, maybe putting a soft pink, a level of love and appreciation for that body. Think of how many miles we've put on this body, and boy, it shows up every day. So just softening and sending it that tenderness to any place that it's achy. And sometimes as we get older, the list gets a little longer. It's like, okay, might have to spend 10 minutes saying hello to those little nigglies. You know, it's funny, we take it for granted until something is amiss. And so the amissness is the body letting us know, hey, there's something to heal here. There's something to nurture. And just giving yourself that space. Sometimes it's hard to just stop and give the body that hello. And maybe see this little physical body coming in harmony with you, letting it know how much you appreciate it and being able to give to it. And then take a deep breath and say hello to the emotional body. And you can just imagine like a gingerbread cutout of your emotional body. It's an etheric body, a spirit body that lives inside your physical body. So just imagine it like a gingerbread girl or boy. And look at any emotional pain in that little gingerbread cutout of yourself. And one way to recognize that is it's going to show up as a darker color. Your own energy is very light. It moves very much like water. So any place it's stuck or a little dark or opaque, it lets you know, oh, here's some foreign energy. So look at that emotional body. And instead of trying to get rid of it, just for a minute, do a little science experiment. Would you just say hello to it? Send a little compassion around those dark spots. Say, oh, I'm really sorry you went through that emotional distress. Be present. You might even see dark areas you didn't know were there. And again, what happens when you start to send that softness, that tenderness and compassion to that dark area? How does it change? It's kind of like if you go in a dark room, you could sit in there all night and you can't heal that darkness. But you can turn on a light and it ceases to be. So sometimes when there's a darkness in it, all it needs is our own light. So just sending your light to that pain, saying, hello, I'm here. And in this very moment, you may not actually be in pain. It might be something that you've been carrying with you for a while. So that light lets you let go of it. And life goes quickly. Look, we're 3/4 through a year already. So you have a choice. You can hold on to it, or you can let it go and create room for more emotional energy that does work for you. It's like science, old pain or a trip to Paris. Tough choice. And your trip to Paris can be anything. Could be a new car, it could be more time for you, whatever it is that you need or want. The challenge is kind of letting go of old pain because we're so used to it, we forget we can let it go. So just letting that body have that space and just gently letting go of any pain in that emotional body. And as you look at that little gingerbread person that represents your physical body, notice if there's more pain in the upper part of the gingerbread person or in the lower part of the gingerbread person. Just getting curious, there's no right or wrong. Lots of times, more emotional pain is stored in the lower part of the body, kind of from the third chakra down. Those are more the body chakras. So as you get curious, just raising the vibration, any place you see that darkness or heaviness in the emotional body. Are you seeing it lightening up a little bit? It really isn't hard with energy. It just takes a little awareness. If you had a child of your own who is hurting right now, would you have a little compassion for them? They skin their knee. If somebody called them a name and they felt sad, can you have that same compassion for you? Just being there for yourself and breathing. You can validate the body for storing that pain so you could take a look at it. Like, hey, way to hold it for 30 years. All right. Maybe tonight's the night we let it go. And you can bring in like a gold level of liquid gold energy and fill that emotional body with that color. Or maybe another color that would be better for you, pink or green or blue. Energy isn't fussy, but fill that emotional body with the flavors or the colors that work for you. And a little tenderness, like, I love you, body. You've been amazing. And breathe. Give yourself a little wahoo, because, hey, you did it. A nice deep breath. See if it's a little lighter in there as you heal that emotional body, just by saying hello to it. No magic pill required, just your softness. And we're going to do the same thing with the mental body. You can imagine letting that gingerbread form go back inside your physical body, and ask a gingerbread person that represents the mental body to step up. And look at the mental body in the same way. Notice if there's any energy in it that isn't yours, any dark spots, any heaviness. Just saying hello to that mental body. Are you still living by somebody else's rules? Now, hey, we all have some great ones, like look both ways before you cross the street. Hey, that's a rule we were all given as kids. Still working, right? Nobody's gotten run over. So some of those you want to keep, they work. But there might be some old mental constructs in there that don't work for you anymore. And so those are the ones we're going to kind of focus on. And again, if you see some dark spots, just surround it with your light, your compassion, your curiosity. Ooh, didn't know you were in there. What's this about? Or you might even see a person you recognize. Who is someone who was critical of you? And just get curious. I think we've all known a critical person or two in our life. It's like, hey, way to go. Way to drive me crazy. And notice if you're holding on to their judgment of you. Did you agree with that critical energy, or did you resist it? That's what keeps it there. So just say hello, be mildly amused. That person may even be long gone. They could be dead and on the other side. So you have a choice. Here's another Painter Paris moment. Are you going to hold on to it, or can you let it go? Just breathe. And notice, sending your favorite colors in that mental body. What colors would make you feel alert and alive and excited about this life? Every day when you get up in the morning, you have that choice. How do you want to be today? Are you going to be grumpy? Are you going to be excited? How are you going to walk in the world today? So just setting that vibration. Letting that color vibrate throughout your aura. And then allowing that mental body to kind of slip inside the physical body. And you can pull out your astral body. That's the body you take with you when you dream. then create a little gingerbread person for that astral body. And just get curious. Is it grounded? Do you see a grounding cord on that astral body? Does it have an aura and chakras? It should be a direct reflection of you. It should actually look exactly like you, kind of like a twin. Okay, mine's an inch taller than I really am, but cheating is allowed. What the heck? But it should look pretty much like you. And just take a minute and clean out that astral body, even if you aren't sure exactly what that is, that's okay. And on the skin, the energy closest to the skin, as close as you can get, is kind of a layer of electric blue. And just notice the aura around the body. There's a layer of electric blue between each layer of the aura. And it's out of that electric blue that the colors come that we read when we read the aura. And that electric blue really denotes a healthy body. So just vibrate it, each layer, 1 through 7, that electric blue in your astral body. I like to use a little tuning fork, ding, and just letting that vibration go through. And it kind of shakes out anything that isn't yours. If you've picked it up from a dream. And I hear some of you have been having some interesting dreams. And as you say hello to that astral body, look at the center of your astral body's head, right behind your astral body's eyes. And you can just imagine cleaning it out. So if any other spirits are visiting you, you can kind of say hello to them and then invite them out. You can put them on a little school bus and send them to a museum. They can go do something fun, but you get to have the center of your astral body's head. So when you're out in your dream space, you get to remember more of your dreams because you might be out causing trouble with friends. And it's fun to remember that and bring it back to the body. You can kind of take a sticky rose and clean out actually each of the astral body chakras. So if you clean out the crown chakra at the very top of the head, any energy that isn't yours with the sticky rose, and then throw that sticky rose down your grounding cord. And then in the brow, right in the around the forehead, you can put a sticky rose in that 6th chakra, cleaning out any foreign energy, throwing it down your grounding cord. And then the 5th chakra, right in the throat area, clean that chakra out with a sticky rose. Anything that makes it hard for you to communicate your truth. Throw that sticky rose down the grounding cord. Nice deep breath. Put one in your 4th chakra in your astral body. Clean out any energy that makes it hard to love yourself, good days and bad. Enough of this trying to be perfect stuff. Be real. Much more fun. Clean out that energy in your 4th and throw that sticky rose down the grounding cord. We'll go to your third chakra in your solar plexus. Clean out that astral body's third chakra. Throwing that energy down your grounding cord. We're almost there. Then the second chakra, 2 fingers below the navel, in your astral body, that little gingerbread person across from you. Clean out any old emotions from the astral. Anything you're trying to heal or lighten up. And throw that down the grounding cord. All the way down to the first chakra, the very base of your spine. Anything that makes it hard to take care of your own survival. Clean that out in that little gingerbread person. Throwing it down your grounding cord. And breathe. And then make sure that astral body is grounded, that it's anchored to the center of the planet as well. When you go out on the astral, you're still grounded. You're just flying around out there, having a great time. And then last but not least, right at the third chakra, the solar plexus, there's a silver cord that goes from your physical body to your astral body's third chakra. And clean out that silver cord. It's where you bring back all your information about what you dreamed. You can actually go to school in your dream space. You just set the elevator for level 7. Ding. And that elevator will open up and you'll be in the Cathedral of Souls, the Akashic Record Library. A lot of different great things happening on level 7 of the astral plane. So giving yourself that space to go have some adventures when you dream at night. You can go and find any of your loved ones there. It's so great to go visit. And then just slip that astral body into your physical body. And then I want you to imagine a big doorway, just a big door in front of you. And this is called the threshold. It's where you go out when you go to dream. And it goes to all the astral places. And you always go through that doorway on your way out to the astral. And sometimes there's little beings hanging out around there. So you can get your imaginary water gun and just give them a little squirt if you see any there. Just imagine clearing that way. So it's easy for you to get out of your body at night and dream. Some people, it's very hard for them to fall asleep. And when you clean out that little doorway, it makes it really easy. Even if you don't know what any of that means, it's okay. And just imagine that doorway, whatever color you'd like to make it. Set it at your own vibration so you can go in and out. Could be a very vibrant orange. It could be a blue-green. Whatever color you like. And take a deep breath. And notice the difference already in your body from where you first sat down. Notice how much deeper you're in. The body's quiet. It lets you as a soul start to figure out what's happening. The heart slows down. Your breathing gets a little more shallow. You go in kind of a trance-like place where you start to look at your own information. Let's do one more exercise. I want you to notice for yourself on a scale of 1 to 100, how many attention points do you have in your space? Sometimes when we make a big change, we change our vibration, and some people may not like that. They might want you to be where you used to be. So you might get a little attention on you as a spirit. So when you step up your vibration, how many people at work get in your space because you take a step? And again, you have to be a little amused because we do it to them too. We just are looking at the other side right now. But notice that number between 1 and 100. And just say hello to those attention points. You don't even have to know who they are. That's the great thing about psychic work. You can get out your psychic vacuum cleaner, take off the end and where you just have that little tube that sucks everything up, and just clean off those attention points. When you take them out of your space, they actually get a little healing too. It's a win-win. So just cleaning all those little attention points out, just so that you have more room to be you. And breathe. And you can create right about arm's length in front of you a big, beautiful rose, or maybe the head of the rose is a foot wide and a foot tall. Let it have a huge stem that grows down into the center of the earth, kind of like Jack and the Beanstalk. So instead of a beanstalk, it's just a big, beautiful rose with green leaves, and it's just a nice way of protecting your aura. It can suck up any ill energy directed at you, and it just automatically goes down to the earth, is transmuted. And then create a huge gold sun, twice as big as your body. And you've done all this homework, so to speak. You've done a little clean out. You worked on your emotional, your mental, your physical, and your astral bodies. So what would you like? You just made room in yourself for new things to happen. Whether it's something physical, you need a new car, a new place to live, more money, better food, whatever it is you need physically. You can do one gold sun just for the body. Maybe it's just giving it more time or more listening. But put that energy in that gold sun, and you can add other colors as well. And just pop it and let it flow in. It's kind of like pouring liquid gold just inside your whole body. Down your arms, through your torso, down your legs, all the way down to those toes. And then let it expand out into your aura. Just giving that body a hello. Just the softness and sweetness for this body, being grateful. And then do another huge gold sun just for your spirit. What would you like as a spirit? Maybe you'd like to have more clairvoyance. You'd like to have more awareness. You'd like to remember your tools more. Hey, you're only limited by your imagination. You like to see colors. You like to see beings, whatever it is. Put the gold energy in that sun. And think of 3 things you'd like for yourself spiritually. And pop it and let that flow in and fill you up as a spirit from head to toe. Just giving back and being full of gratitude at how wonderful it is to be you. You know, each of us were made in our own vibration. And I just have to believe that Source handpicked it for us. And that there's such a sweet fondness, just the way you feel for your child, your pet. Source feels that way for us. It's like, oh, you, one of my best creations. And let yourself have that. It's nice to be held that way. Let yourself have that divinity, that gift of life that is yours from Source. And as you enjoy this lifetime, you're going through it, you might as well have some fun. Really give yourself permission to be you. We're all totally different. We're not supposed to do it the same. One size doesn't fit all. So we all have some funny peculiarities. We all have some stuff we love about ourselves. Drink it in. Really enjoy being you, so that this life is really one of your best lives. You've already had some hard ones, been there, done that. Let's have some fun. Okay, I'm going to recommend a book to you. This book you'll read very fast. It's called The Way, My Way. It's written by a man, Bill Bennett, and he's kind of like Clint Eastwood in a way. He's a movie producer in Australia and very bright man. And he had this experience. He was driving home and he was maybe going to an airport. He's going somewhere, I can't remember where. But he was a little bit late. And you know how it is, you tend to speed up a little when you're driving. And he had the green light and he heard this voice say, stop, stop now. And he was like, what? And you know, this is going on instantly in his head. And it's like, stop. And he's like, no, I'm late. And it's like, stop it now. And so he does. He squeals to a stop. And 2 seconds later, this huge semi runs the red light and would have killed him. And so this is an intellectual man. So he's like, what was that voice? What was that that made me stop? And he goes on kind of this quest. And hey, we all get in a psychic awareness somehow. Something wakes us up. So this man who wrote this book, I've met him. He's a great guy. Wrote a great movie, PGS. Your personal guidance system is that inner voice. And so he goes on the Camino in Spain. It's like a pilgrimage walk. It's like 700 or 800 miles. And he writes this book about his experience. And so he's kind of an intellectual man. He's an elitist. He's rich. He's used to, you know, being catered to. And so, you know, you on this trip, you're backpacking, you have very little space for all your stuff. And you have to do your own laundry. And he gets so many awakenings. It's one of my favorite psychic books because all the concepts he has to blow or get rid of in order to reach his destiny. It wakes him up time and time again, and he recognizes it and he's laughing at himself the whole way through. So if you would love to read a great psychic book about how psychics work, how we all interpret concepts that we want to change and move through, pick it up on Amazon. It's very, it's, I don't know how many pages, but it is so funny. You'll read it very quickly. I've read it twice. I thought it was hysterical. It was one of the funniest books because, as people doing this kind of work, you recognize exactly what he went through, much more than like the general public who doesn't know how to blow a picture could get, but they'll get it. So I wrote him and told him how much, a couple of us enjoyed it and we were just howling literally out loud. It is so funny. So if you want a good book to read, there it is, The Way, My Way by Bill Bennett. And I hope you enjoy it. I don't do book reviews very often, but there's your book review for the night.